Ey, no, y no, no, no. No. Hey, no. Okay, yeah, good. Good. Okay, good. Good. Good, come. Good. Good.
It's bad to sit with your back against the entrance or in the middle of a pathway because you're bombarded with energy. So this is the best seat with a good support and a great view out the window. But what would you do if there's a TV? I would simply put it here. But would this look bad? Let me show you. So here's the before with the TV against a wall, and here is the result. Look at that! So, here's my nice cozy living room. It looks great.
Good morning, Donna Sue. Beg my pardon, Brenda, but you look like you haven't slept a wink. I've been spending my evenings researching how to be an effective leader and work harder. You know, taking your rest is a real important piece of being effective at work. I took an hour of rest at 3 a.m. this morning. Darling, is this all because of the poor review you got from Michelle? You know, I did hear it through the grapevine. I have been working harder than ever to fix this. Hear me out now. What if your performance at work could be positively impacted by having more of a personal life? You know, do you have any hobbies? My hobby is this job. Brenda, your job is what you do. It's not who you are. It doesn't define your self-worth, but I could see on your face that you let it. You know, leadership's inability to recognize
The United Kingdom is collapsing right now. Nearly a decade ago, it was described as one of the best places to live. But that's no longer the case. Now there's anger and civil unrest in the streets. There have been strikes literally every day since the middle of December for every major industry in the country. Nurses, postal workers, firefighters, public transportation, you name it. Any occupation critical to keeping society running has been shutting down. Living standards are now lower than they were in the 1950s due to higher cost of living and low wages. The divorce rate is skyrocketing to a whole new record. They've had 3 prime ministers in the last 12 months, which shows us that the United Kingdom is
In 1861, a slave named Robert Smalls stole a Confederate ship and delivered it to the Union Army. He was given command of the ship. He became a major general, bought the house where he was a slave, and let the former owner's wife live there when she developed dementia. He learned how to read and write and won an election against a white man and served 5 years in Congress. Where is the movie about Robert Smalls? You don't make one. What you'll do is you'll make a movie about Vikings and turn them black. What's his name? Ashuga or Ashuka? I believe he was a black slave sold by a Portuguese merchant vessel to Japanese men who set him free, and he became a samurai warrior in feudal Japan. That would be a fucking killer of a show. There's a joke for a black actor. But what you don't do is take a classic story like the story of Troy, where Achilles is described in the original text as a fair-skinned man with long blonde hair, and make the actor black. It's lazy and it's insulting. As a mixed-race man, it offends me. And ain't.
But unless you got a master morpher, you ain't nothing but a cheap copy. This copy's gonna kick your butt. Dino Thunder, power up!
What do you do?
All right, let's react to this.
And they have a screw with.
There's an area called the Sundarbans, and the Sundarbans, tigers over the last 200 years have killed more than 300,000 people there. They actively hunt people.
Believe it or not, it's a quick death.
Oh, yeah.
I already know what I would ever do if I ever came in contact with the tiger.
Just do this.
That's exactly what I would do.
Give him the neck.
And make some defensive moves, or offensive moves, just to get him to go right towards it. It's just like you UFC guys. You're all like, I would rather get fucking choked out than knocked out. It's the same thing. You just go to sleep.
Yeah, you just sleep. I mean, it probably hurts for a second. Recent video, like 2 weeks ago, of these guys on a motorcycle in India, and they're riding on a motorcycle. The tiger's chasing them, and the tiger almost gets them. It's full clip chasing them.
I actually looked how fast they can run, and I'm surprised because the guy was on like a scooter or something.
They can go like 40 miles an hour.
I think what fucked him up was the surface that he started running on.
Right,
If he was more in his element, they get like a dog in a kitchen, gets a little fucking low. I think the tiger did that for him.
There's an area.
In feng shui, when it comes to bed positions, it's the worst to point your feet to the door, as this is known as the coffin position. The reason is that there is too much energy coming from the door and you can't defend yourself if someone barges in trying to kill you. Also, it's just not flattering to let your intruder look up your legs. So what to do if your feet points to the door? First, don't. Try to avoid it as much as you can, but if you can't, for example if there's a balcony, place a rug under the bed to define the sleeping zone. However, the real trick is to see what's outside the room. For example, if there's a room outside, don't place your furniture in a way that directs towards the door. Instead, turn it to create a physical barrier, diverting and slowing down the energy towards the room. Hallways are more difficult and people tend to give up. Try to...
The unfortunate truth is, people can decide that for themselves.
I retweeted Pierre Poilievre. He's the leader of the opposition in Canada. And because of that, I'm being investigated by my regulatory body. My public reputation is at stake, and I may no longer be able to practice or describe myself as a clinical psychologist. And that's how it is. And it isn't just Poilievre. It's also the fact that I criticized Trudeau, and I criticized an Ottawa City Councillor, and I made a joke at Jacinda Ardern. And it's not just fluke that every single one of them.
Here is a Gmail trick you need to know. Are you tired of having tons of spam and marketing emails in your inbox? All you have to do is go to your Gmail search bar and search for the word unsubscribe and hit enter. And this will show you all the email lists that you're subscribed to. From here, click this button on the top right. Then you want to click create filter. Then you're going to click this choose a label drop down and select new label. Give your label a name and hit create. You can also choose to apply it to old emails, and when I hit create filter, all the spam and marketing emails will be sent to that folder instead. Here is
One of the considerations in moving forward with my Abodu was to look at
Hả? Nice. Yeah. Guys, look at this cat. This Dangangas one in a 4. Sip, 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 sip. Guys, look at this cat. This Dangangas one in a 4. Sip, 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 sip. Cái Hey. Beep 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 beep. You guys got. Beep beep.
From the Room of Spirit and Time, and without a moment to spare, he quickly sped off to join Krillin in the battle, though not before being stopped by Korendorf from the final senzu being on Earth. As a Saiyan child caught...
The Earth Savior has a lot of catching up to do. Trunks can't believe he beat Cell by stacking the Kikoho on top of the Kaioken. He's reached an incredible level. He thanks his friend, but as Trunks can see, there was no way he himself could actually survive a combo like that. But he's glad to know that Cell is finally in hell where he belongs. Krillin then asks if Goten and Gohan are also at King Kai's. Though unfortunately, he won't get to see them. 5 years ago, after the Otherworld tournament, there were rumors of powerful beings living in a world stuck between heaven and hell. And, well, he knows Goku and his dad. Piccolo and Gohan also went. There hasn't been any news of them since they left. For some reason, likely simple confidence in his friends, Krillin only laughs that it sounds like they haven't changed a bit, questioning who won that tournament he mentioned. And after beating Goku, Gohan won in the final against Trunks' dad, which annoyed him a lot. But that's Vegeta for you. For Trunks himself, after all these years of training, surely he must be crazy strong as well. Which is true. He's gotten a lot stronger with time. But since Vegeta left, he's been slacking off on his training. However, seeing Cell again woke up his Saiyan instincts, so he picked himself back up. He's also glad to know the Earth is finally at peace. Speaking of which, Krillin has to apologize for Trunks' own timeline. Surely it's still plunged into chaos. And not a day goes by without thinking about it for the time traveler. Krillin should know, though, his mom's goal when creating the time machine wasn't to save their own timeline, but Goku's timeline of the past. She considered her timeline lost. So today, her mission was successful. Trunks can't even imagine all the horrible things happening in his future. But one thing's for sure, his mother is a fighter, and he knows she's doing fine. As the conversation tapers off, Krillin begins to descend to greet some old friends and his new home. Meanwhile, in the future timeline, you're 798. I'm A New Hope, with Cell finally defeated at the hands of Krillin. Though at the cost of both of their lives, Goten must now push forward as the lone savior of Earth remaining. While Earth's hero reunites with his friends in Otherworld, we're taken to where this all started. As the androids left the future in ruins, Bulma is able to flee the planet right as Cell made his appearance to absorb them, and she's left only to assume the worst of her son's fate. So she alone went on a quest to find New Namek. With the world, you get an addition to remaining energy levels. 17 barks for this dirty bug to shut up. What is he talking about? He himself is the strongest android ever created. His sister been... Help! Help! Having been so long since Shenron was summoned, and never really getting to see much of Pranga up close, Bulma forgot how impressive all this stuff was.
The Elder instructs that she can state her wishes in her own native language. Runga will understand. He's no longer limited to the Namekian dialect. A change that likely shouldn't have been made. For the sake of convenience, it works great in this situation, though. Turning to the Almighty Dragon, she states that her first...
Kaget. 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 Cut. Go home. Cut.
They accurately power scale Yamcha, this is still worth considering. Of course, he's not a god like Goku or Vegeta, and he doesn't have insane potential like Gohan or Frieza. But even if he's weak by Dragon Ball standards, he's probably still stronger than most of us realize. Would be nice if he got some.
Ma.
Yung mga kutsara nilabas mo.
Ano ito sa?
Yung nilagay sabi ko na ito naman.
Sa room. Ano kanan mo?
Isa lang.